Citizens of the United States, we are anonymous. This is an immediate call to prepare for a day of dissent, specifically to challenge the National Defense Authorization Act of 2012, being that much of our recent national news has been dominated by the upcoming election, as well as the patriotic fight against the SOPA and PIPA censorship bills. We desire to urgently remind everyone not to forget, the NDAA is indeed now law. It remains a profound danger to all Americans, now more than ever. As most likely know by now, President Obama signed the National Defense Authorization Act of 2012 into law, late on New Year's Eve day while many of us were unaware, celebrating the coming of the new year. The language of this law is written in such vague fashion, it can easily be utilized to prevent any one of us access to certain rights. We apparently are to forget about this. Anonymous will not allow it. The NDAA essentially nullifies Amendments 4 through 8 of the U.S. Constitution. The Constitution is supposed to be the supreme law of the land. No law shall supersede it. It declares a citizen's right to due process, that we receive a speedy trial, a trial consisting of a jury of our peers. Yet, Sections 1031 and 1032 of the National Defense Authorization Act remain intact and as written. They do indeed supersede the Constitution. These sections allow for the executive branch to wield with impunity, unlimited powers to arrest and detain suspects, even American citizens, you, me, your children or mine, without charge, without trial, without expiration, as if we were military combatants fighting under a foreign flag. All a person must do is commit or take part in a belligerent act. What is a belligerent act? Is protesting a belligerent act? Is referring to oneself as anonymous a belligerent act? Is law that is written with ambiguous language a belligerent act? By allowing this act to become law, Congress and President Obama have declared war on Americans. Just a few weeks ago, Senator Lindsey Graham of South Carolina admitted to this fact in Congress. He stated that America itself has indeed become part of the battlefield. Americans in any location on the planet, including on American soil, are subject to military capture, interrogation, detainment or may even be killed, with no cause whatsoever to due process or constitutional rights. February 19, 1942 was the last time our once great country was declared to be a battlefield. On that day, President Roosevelt signed Executive Order 9066 in hopes of making our lands safer from Japanese, German and Italian World War II spies. Perhaps it did. However, through this order, nearly 200,000 American citizens lost their freedoms completely, finding themselves arrested and placed against their will, into internment camps, for no other reason than their ancestry. These people were not ever criminals. What is to stop such an atrocity from occurring under the National Defense Authorization Act today? Only us, the citizens of America. This is where we draw the line. No longer shall we remain the elite's obedient slaves, witness to the rights of Americans becoming lore, forgotten tales to be told only under the breath of future generations. This is when we leave the computers. This is when we don our masks. It is time to disobey. On Friday, February 3rd, from noon to 7 p.m. we denounce this treasonous law. Tens of thousands of Americans will be on the steps of congressional offices throughout the nation in solidarity, expressing to our so-called leaders, this is still our country. All American people are invited to join us. The objective of our demonstration is to see our senators and representatives repeal the sections of this law which violate our rights. We will not accept any other response. Anonymous does not support violence and wishes America to continue its peaceful demonstrations. We are winning. However, we the people of America are growing more restless with the lack of our government's action, every single day. When will the tyrannical actions of our government stop? Hopefully before our voices manifest themselves as torches and pitchforks. If you are a member of a constitutional group, liberty-oriented organization or similar gathering, please share this with everyone and notify other members of this event. We must bring our numbers to bear. Certainly we should all notify our local and national media outlets of our protests. Knowledge is free. It would be wise of us to share it. Once again, this government has forgot where we come from. Again, they spit on our Constitution. Here is your opportunity to make a difference. Join us, America, on February 3rd. Demand that we have our constitutional rights upheld and restored now, before we have no rights left at all, but to obey. We are anonymous. We are the 99%. We are legion. We do not forgive acts of treason. We do not forget where we come from. To the United States government, recognize, we are unstoppable.
Oh my friend, we have all come to fear the beast.